So we're here with the group's bridge builder, Sharon M. Okay, so what exactly does the bridge builder do?
Well, what I do is that I make connections between what happens in the book to what happens in other texts or the world.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions to see what you think about the book. Do you think Romiette and Julio's plans to stop the devil dog is a good one? Why or why not?
No, because it's very dangerous and they could get really hurt when they try.
Okay. So why do you think the Channel 6 News and like other adults in general, why do you think they know like little about gang violence in school?
I think they know little because no one tells them and no one wants to tell them.
Why not?
And no one wants to tell them because they think that it's gonna just get worse if they tell them.
Okay. Why would it get worse?
Because it would get worse because when they try to get involved, the gangs would just try immediately to kill them. It's similar to how if like there's a tiger in front of you and like if you just walked backwards, it would walk slowly, but if you run away, then it would run toward you. That.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, what do you think of Julio's argument with his father? Like, what's your opinion on it? Who do you side with?
My opinion, I personally agree with Julio's father because he has experience and then he seems to understand what is happening. Though I could see if anyone would agree with either one because they both have good points. Like for example, Julio, he says, well, that's not fair. You're not fair. That I'm not just a race. And then Julio's father is saying that well that I have experience and that I found that's not true. So.
Okay, so that's all the questions. So I want to hear some of your connections with the book to the world and other texts.
Well, when I was making connections, I found something interesting. The book really relates to Romeo and Juliet, which would you suspect from the title Romiette and Julio. One is in the way how both reacted to the backlash that they're getting from others of them being together. Both had a plan that was very dangerous and could get them in very much trouble. And then I also found that in the way that both had met, both had met in a very open place where almost anything had happened. For example, in Romeo and Juliet, what happened was that they met at a bar, which they could have met anyone else, but they met each other. And then Romiette and Julio, they had met on the internet, on a chat, on a chat room.
Mm-hmm.
In a chat room where again and they could have met with someone else, but they didn't. They met each other.
Okay.
So that's what I found. Also, I found another connection between this and different texts. It was between Romiette's dream and how and dreams from another book series, the Percy Jackson. And in both, what happened is that when they dreamed, it did not make sense at first, but then it really was a lesson that they had learned, and it represents something that's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
And then I found another connection between the text and what happens in the real world, because the way how both fathers of Julio and Romiette reacted to each other is similar to how political parties would react would react against each other. Both have trying to make it look like it's not a problem, but both are still very against each other and have very different opinions on what had happened.
Okay. Is that all?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you, Aaron, and give a big round of applause to Aaron.